hello. Thank you for joining me. This is Liz Wright from Cape Town in sunny South Africa. Today is sort of not really a colouring video. I just wanted to share some other things I've been doing with you. A few of you have seen this little book that I wrote for my grandchildren called Dilly Billy Has a Fine Day by Nana Liz. I finally actually got my hands on my own first hard copy. I self-published through Amazon, and so I just felt like sharing it with you. It's just a sweet little book, and I've read it online before, so you've seen it. It's got some watercolor pictures in it, and there we are, self-published through Amazon. Then I wanted to share some other books I've done both through Nana Liz and Nana Liz Colouring. This one I did for my older grandchildren, and I'm actually rather proud of it. It's a Would You Rather book, questions for kids aged 6 to 12. Some of the questions I did myself, and some of them I got help from my grandchildren, Thomas and Daniel and Logan, right, my older grandsons, and so this is dedicated to them. And so it's a fun book with some funny questions and funny images in case you've got grandkids that you think might enjoy this. You kind of, my boys are quite good readers now, and they love to sort of pick this up and say, haul it out and ask each other or their grandparents or their parents or anybody questions. And it's a nice book also for perhaps a shy child that is having a friend over to pull out and say, oh, well, let's do this, and gives them a talking point. And you know, so some of them are silly. Would you rather never have to clean your room or never have to wash the dishes? Normal kind of question. Be 7 years older or 3 years younger? Bit of a silly question. Have a Lamborghini or a Bugatti? That was my one grandchild who would love some smart cars. And some of them are a bit gross, like eat earwax or a nose booger. So it's a book like that with illustrations on every page, and I had such fun creating this book, and I just thought I'd share that with you. And then at the end of the book I've got room for them to make up, whoever has the book, to make up some of their own would you rather questions and write them in, which could make the book fun and also encourage some creative thinking and some tickle their funny bones. So that's that book, and it's got a sort of a matte cover. It's a 6x9 size. Then I also, under the Nana Liz Colouring, did a dot marker colouring book. This was also aimed at younger children. It was open for the Christmas market last year, and my grandson and I have done some of these, my little one, although I did most of that. This is what he did. So the dot markers go through to the back, so it's a good idea to have a piece of paper or something to put behind, and it's one single-sided, which you don't often find in children's books. He just had fun scribbling. He's only just 3, and so I've got a patterned back page so that it doesn't spoil the actual colouring page, although here he was going a bit crazy and things went weird, but it's just got some images and room for dot markers, or there are also images where you can do some straight colouring. So that's the general idea behind that little dot marker colouring book. Very simple things for very little children at the back page. And then I did a kids activity book as well under Nana Liz Colouring. It's published under Nana Liz Colouring over there. And this has got all sorts of different activities for children. So it's again a fun book to have for your grandchildren or your kids in the sort of younger age group. So you would have to take the page out, but it's got cutting, then a colouring page would. So I tried to make this book so that if you've got more than one child, it would appeal to them, so that the older children could have the nicer colouring pages. And then it's got some dot-to-dots, tracing of letters, a nice hand-drawn maze for you. Little bee wants to find its way home. It's got messed up in the mail. I sent the books to my daughter-in-law in Germany. It's very hard for me. I design the books and then I self-publish on Amazon, and you can get them at a reasonable price as an author on Amazon, about $3 or $4. But then you've got to pay your own, so you've got to pay that, and then you've got to pay for the mailing, and the mailing's usually about $8 or $10 to get it to South Africa. And sometimes I just don't have the money to get them. So there's a more advanced cutting, colour, and say the number. So that's number 1. Another maze, cut and colour, trace and read, cut and colour, colour by number, little one here. And then how many are there? So this is how many sheep are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So under sheep you write 5. How many butterflies, etc., etc. Another colouring page, cut out and colour, and that's the general idea. So I've also got like match the pairs, a few of these, so to like match to a silhouette. And these are not that easy because, as you can see, you've got to actually see this little one's hands are both up, arms are both up. So that goes to that one. This one has got the baton in her hands and a different skirt, so you can't just look at the hands, you've got to look at the picture. So that's very good for them for matching. A few more, how many are there? And trace the letters. Another maze, different format this time. And so I just thought I'd share those books with you and show you what I get up to in my publishing. I also create, under a different author name, some journals and prayer journals, and I've got about 64 books altogether up on Amazon now. I don't have many hard copies to show you, but I will be getting some more, and then I'll share those with you. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Bye-bye now.